So today's vlog number 56. Today starts the next couple of videos of being vlogs. Book series. The book series that I'm starting today is going to be the Game of Thrones. I'm going to start off with the first book that's called A Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones is written by George R.R. Martin. And here's the cover. So, Game of Thrones. So George R.R. Martin has created a genuine masterpiece, bringing together the best genre has to offer: mystery, intrigue, romance, and adventure fill the pages of the very first volume in an epic series, sure to delight fantasy fans everywhere. In a land where summers can last decades and winters last a lifetime, trouble in brewing. The cold is returning, and in the frozen waste of the North of the Winterfell, sinister and supernatural forces are amassing beyond the kingdom's protective wall. At the center of the conflict lies Starks of Winterfell. The family is harsh, as unyielding as land they were born to, sweeping from the land of brutal cold to distant summertime kingdoms of epicurean plenty. Here is a tale of lords and ladies, soldiers and sorcerers, assassins and bastards, who come together in a time of grim omens. Amid plots and counterplots, tragedy and betrayal, victory and terror, the fate of the Starks, their allies, and their enemies hang perilously in the balance as each endeavors to win that deadliest of conflicts, the Game of Thrones. So I rated this book a 5 out of 5. I loved reading the series. I started reading the series after the show has started. I had to binge watch the series to read. So by the time I finished reading the book, by the time I finished reading the books, it was about to be the last season of the series. So I had to binge watch everything right before watching the show, which was fun. It helped me stay up late at night to do schoolwork and stuff like that, so it kind of worked out. And I feel like every episode was a really long episode, so it kind of worked out to finish the semester. And by the time the new series came out, when the new season came out, yeah. So I read this when the series was really popular, or when it was still running. I feel like almost all books, I feel like the seasons were relatively connected to the books. The show, I feel like almost all books that became either a show or movie, there's a lot of things that were not included. These books are pretty thick. So obviously there's not a lot of stuff that was able to be included in the shows. There was obviously a lot of details that were left out because, again, these books are really thick. The fine details and many details are left out, which many times makes the storyline in the movie or the TV show not as good as the book. Again, for the most part, the show did follow the series for the most part, which I like. But I think by the time it got to like season 3 or 4, I don't remember. Yeah, so Games of Thrones has 8 seasons. I feel like by the time season 4 or 5 came along, it was not really intertwined to the books. I mean, which makes sense. It correlated to the books, but there was a lot of stuff that wasn't really making sense. If you are to watch the show, though, there is a lot of families to learn and memorize and keep up with. And also keep in mind, there is a lot of like marriage and stuff like that, and like incest and stuff like that. So keep that in mind if you are going to watch the shows, the seasons. Yeah. King of the North,